I had a bit of a scare. I went to put this oil filter on and didn't really want to go. It butted on about 2 threads, it felt like, and then stopped. So I took it off. So I don't know if like one thread on this was kind of boogered or what, but obviously it's on. So this shows that a 14610 fits. There's also the 14612, which is just shorter. Same filter, just same size, just shorter. Same diameter, same size. Anyways, so you could use either or. This one's just a little bit longer, so you get a little bit more filtering surface area there. And as you can see, we're still good on clearance here. It is a little bit closer now, but I don't think that'll affect it anyways. It gets hot as hell anyway, so since there's no oil cooler on this bike, can't believe they didn't put an oil cooler on it. So that will be something I will be doing. Maybe next oil change, I don't know. Hopefully by the time I have to change the oil on this, it'll be 6 months. So I don't ride it that much. Anyways, this is the website I use, cross-reference. If you go on it, if you just Google, you can either Google, just Google that right there. As you can see, it doesn't show it. That's the website right there. Then when you go, it changes to that. It's a good website. I did a good job on cross-referencing oil filters and recommending and not recommending certain ones. He also did tests, and like on the recommendations, it's not just the testing he did, like the it's also, he based it on construction, like really the media inside. He cut them open and pull it out, because you can buy an oil filter that's actually for a motorcycle, and if you take, say it's paper material, you take it and then you unravel the paper, the pleats. He'd pull out some, and they'd only be, you know, I don't know, 1.5 feet long, and then like he'd take one of these apart, and it'd be like 2.5 feet, or you know, just whatever. It's that, it's the material, it's the filtering, just how much of the material, the construction, the valve. It's some are rubber, some even have silicone drain back valves. The when you look at the filter when you open it, you'll see like this one right here. This is a Super Tech one I just took off my car, and on his website it shows Champion makes these, and Champion is one of the very few companies that makes oil filters. There's not a whole lot. This would be the drain back, or whatever it is. This one is rubber, and it's actually a good size. This is actually sturdier than a oil. Of course, this seems flimsy by itself, but with this bad boy, this was thicker than I thought it would be. I mean, this thing, you knock yourself out with that. And here's the filter. And sorry it's dark, I only have like 2 lights in here. I just kind of take apart my filters, just kind of look around them. The next one, this was the last filter on the ER-6N. It's a high flow filter, HF-303. Man, it's real sturdy. I don't really have anything to cut it open with. I'll have to get my Dremel tool and cut it, put some grease on it, keep the shavings from going into it, so I can get a good picture. This is the last one I took off of my VFR today. It's the first run through with the Rotella T6. I want to take that apart and see what it looks like. Of course, you know, with just your eyes, you can look at that all day, and you're not gonna see the micron particles there. Yeah. So, anyways, this will be the first run through with T6 synthetic on this bike. I did save some of the used out of my VFR, and I'm going to send it off to get it analyzed, see if it's a good oil on my bike. I can't remember how many miles it was. I changed it right before I went on that 6-day trip. So and I did a lot of highway miles. We were in Arkansas, so I did a lot of gear changing, getting stuck behind cars on those curvy roads and stuff, and a lot of heat on my engine. Fan constantly running, so that'll I think that was a good miles on that oil to send it off to get tested and see what it's like. And then once I run it through this one, I'll send this off just to see what it does. Of course, this is a lot newer, lower mileage engine. VFR has over 50,000. This has just a tad under 4,000. Anyways, I just want to show you this filter fits, and I'm good to go on the filter. And I couldn't find a magnetic drain plug. These are 12 millimeters. It's the same on the VFR too, so Honda and Kawasaki seem to be the same. This is pretty much standard, I think, on all bikes. Like the thread count and stuff is like all this has been 1.5. The drain is a 12 millimeter by 1.5 thread. The threaded stud coming out where your filter screws on, it was 1.5 thread. So it's pretty much standard. I couldn't find a magnetic one. I went to buy 6 different auto stores. All they had in the 12 millimeter size with a magnet was the 1.75. I think there was some 1.25s. I don't think they had a magnet on them though. So I'm gonna have to get on the internet and see if I can find it. I like to have magnets on the oil plugs with that oil just sitting there so that it catch anything. And so when you take it off, you know if there's anything floating around in there. So it's nice to have. It sucks that it's 12. If it was 14, they carry the 14 by 1.5 with the magnet. My vehicle uses that, but it's obviously too big to fit there, and it'd be too much a hassle to take the oil pan off, take it to, or I could do it, drill it out, tap it, but I don't think there's that much meat right here, so I didn't probably end up cracking this over time, tightening the plug, or fatigue from the heat and cool down, so probably wouldn't be a wise decision to make that bigger. So if I can't find one, I don't know, the company that everyone carries is Dorman on those oil plugs. If you go on their website, they make a bunch of car parts too. They're Dorman, and if you look at the package, it's just looks yellow. It's a sheet of cardboard with the plastic cup with the oil filter sitting in it, oil filter drain plug sitting in it. I said oil filter drain plug, oil drain plug sitting in it. And on the back it says Dorman. That's the company that makes it. On the front, on the bottom, it'll say oil-tight, and the oil looks like an oil. The O looks like an oil drop or whatever, and tight is TITE or whatever the hell. I couldn't find it inside, so those are really meant for all. I think those are cars and pickups. Of course, auto parts. I don't really carry bike stuff, so I can understand that. So I'll have to get on the internet and see if I find. I just really want a magnet on that. If I can't find any, then I'll just rig a magnet on it. I really don't want a JB Weld magnet on the end with it just sitting there, because if it ever comes loose, then hopefully it would just sit there. If not, I'd hate for it. The current of the oil ends up sucking it up, or of course I know it won't go up the strainer, but I don't want it to get flung up into the crankshaft or something. The counterweight coming down, scooping it up and shooting it somewhere. That'd sure suck. So hopefully I can just find one. That's pretty much it. I'm about to put the oil in it because it's probably 11 o'clock and I'm tired. I gotta go to work. And yeah, that's it. So we'll give this a shot in here. See if this 2-cylinder likes it. And when I run it, I'll make a video And like I said, I'll send off the used oil and get it analyzed, and we'll see if she likes it or not. Talk to y'all later.